One of our tribal people out there, one of our Whaleman people out there in Coonamble, she's got a family of, I think it's about eight kids, ranging from 17 down to 7. And she's got to feed those kids. And she goes to the shop, and there's fresh fruit and veg there at exorbitant prices. There's meat there at inflated prices. And you go to get the basics like rice and all that sort of stuff, and there's none on the shelf. This will help our family and our extended family heaps. We have a group of our Aboriginal dance group. They're all disadvantaged people. They don't have a lot of money, and hard-working families. They work hard to support their families, to support their kids. Since the pandemic, they haven't been able to get the basics. They haven't been able to support the children, and with the $750 that the government handed out to a lot of people on benefits, well, how are they going to spend it? The guys in Coonamble, for instance, they got $750 sitting in their pocket to go and buy groceries, but they can't go and buy them. They can't go and buy them. One, because there's nothing on the shelves. Two, because they're afraid of getting arrested, and 3, because they'll get arrested if they try to leave town. What you're doing will help our family immensely. What you've done is fantastic. But if we could, to save myself getting exhausted and travelling from Orange to here, which is almost 5 hours drive, if we could have something like this in our own community, it'd help us. Not just in the community of Orange, where there may be something happening there, out in the further west, out in the northwestern New South Wales, little towns like Coonamble, Walgett, Galarganbone, Gilgandra, Warren, little tiny places like those places with small populations, but because they've been hit so hard with this pandemic and food shortages, it's having it there on the ground there for the people to access straight away. My wife worked in a social services type role in Coonamble. They had like interagency meetings where every agency in town that did this sort of stuff would come together and meet. And they came to a conclusion. They passed a notion, I suppose you could say, in their meeting, that if any community member visited their service more than once, they were reported to Family and Community Services. Because these guys are mandatory reporters. If they put in a report against an individual or a family, they would automatically, like you were saying, get harassed. To be quite blunt and to the point and honest with you, it's systemic racism. It's because these families, most of these families that need the help and are reaching out for the help, are Indigenous families, are Aboriginal families, First Nation families, however you want to put it. And these are disadvantaged people, and been more downtrodden or more harassed, as you were saying, for asking for a handout.
We are here to help people who either, are vulnerable or they're going through a period of vulnerability, but we do not judge. We do not ask for any information, ID or evidence or anything. And everybody has equal access to our service, with no questions, with no judgment.
And that's the way we like to see things, because in our Aboriginal culture, in our ways of treating each other, nobody is different. Nobody is treated any different. Everyone is exactly the same until they prove otherwise. I want to thank you guys. I truly appreciate this gift. Given all this isolation, people have time to reflect on their own behaviours and their own actions, and to have those reflections cause positive waves throughout the world, and less greed, less destruction of environment, less downtreading of our fellow men, and more unity. More unity. Community can't exist without unity. And that's what it entails. Community, the common unity, and that's where people have forgotten that word and that link. The unity in in being human, the unity in being a part of Mother Earth's creation, a part of being a part of being on this earth. You know, our responsibilities while we're here on this earth is to look after each other, look after ourselves, and look after the earth. And that's been a way of our people for thousands of years, and it's worked. You know, it's worked for countless generations, and I believe it'll continue to work if we only put it into practice. And what I'd honestly like to see is the world being a better place, like I tried to explain earlier. But I'd also like to see a place where we don't judge each other on the colour of our skin, on the words that we worship in a Bible or a Quran or the scriptures of Buddha. We don't see each other as differences in religion. We see each other as united in people.